Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about subject-verb agreement. So I want to do a quick review first, and that's how do we make nouns plural? Okay, so pause for a second and think about that. All right, so hopefully you said that we make them plural by adding an S. So for example, if it's cat, I'm going to say cats. All right, house, I'm going to say houses. Desk, I'm going to say desks. Okay, so we add an S. All right, now, when we talk about subject and verb agreement, the first step is being able to find our subject, which we reviewed today. But just a reminder for finding the subject and verb, Maria walked to the store to buy cupcakes for her birthday. My subject is Maria. She's who or what is performing the action. My verb is walked. That is the action that is being performed by our subject. All right, Bob and Susan traveled around the East Coast over spring break. Bob and Susan is my subject, a compound subject, and what they are doing is traveling. All right, the dog chased the cat around the house. I have the dog as my subject. That's who or what the sentence is about, who or what is performing the action. And then chased is my verb. And then the cup fell on the floor. Cup and fell. Okay, notice subjects and verbs usually towards the beginning of the sentence, usually fairly close together. Okay, so those are good things to look for. Now, all subjects and verbs must agree in whether they are singular or plural. Okay? So make sure you're filling that in the blanks. Okay? Now, just to recap, singular means there's one of something. Okay? It's single. Plural means there's more than one. All right? Now, if the subject of a sentence is singular, the verb must be singular. If the subject is plural, the verb must also be plural. You might be thinking in your head, how on earth is a verb singular or plural, right? I don't have, multiple walkings or something. Like, it just doesn't make any sense, okay? So I want you to think about conjugating verbs in Spanish. This is kind of similar to that, all right? So in English, we don't change our verbs a whole lot depending on what's going on in the sentence like we do in other languages, okay? However, one thing does change, all right? When I have singular third person, meaning I'm talking about another person doing something, one other person doing something, I put an S on the end. So I walk, you walk, he, she, or it walks, all right? We walk, you walk, they walk. So just with that singular third person, okay, we add an S, all right? So if I say the kitten likes tuna fish, I need to make sure there's an S there. Same thing with the kittens like tuna fish. If it's plural, all right, I don't need the S, okay? So if the subject has an S, the verb will not. If the subject does not have an S, the verb will. This works only in the present tense. This stuff doesn't apply to past and future tenses, okay? So there should only be one S between the subject and verb. All right, so the boy walks home. That's correct. I just have one S on my verb. Okay, I don't say the boys walks home, right? That is weird. Okay, and then flipping our paper over. All right, it even works for some of our weird verbs like has. The girl has a favorite kitten. I wouldn't say the girls has a favorite kitten. Okay, he throws the ball. The cats play. The boys throws. All right, so that's where we get uh-oh. The dogs has a nice pen out back. So see, these, put an X through those. Okay, we never do that. All right, so if you have an S on the end of your subject, you're not putting an S on the end of your verb. Okay, so let's take a look at a little practice. Underline the subject first and determine the correct verb. So, the Statue of Liberty is or are located on Liberty Island. Now, we haven't talked about this yet. We're going to talk about it in a minute. A little preview to see how we're doing, okay? Hopefully, in your head, you're hearing the Statue of Liberty is located. There's just one, okay? So that rule still works, right? My be verb with an S on the end, all right, is going to go with my singular subjects. All right, number 2, ferries take or takes passengers to the island. So my subject is ferries. That's what the subject is, or what the sentence is about. All right, now my subject here is plural. I got an S on the end. So I'm going to choose the verb take. That does not have an S, okay? Number 3, visitors is or are always amazed at the size of the statue. So I got my subject visitors, okay? I got an S on the end of this one, so I do not want an S on the end of this one. So I'm going to choose are, okay? The statue measure or measures 150 feet and 1 inch. Statue, no S on the end. Okay, it's singular, so I want to choose the verb that has an S on the end. Okay, and number 5, the stone pedestal add or adds another 154 feet to the height of the statue. Take a moment and in your box type in the subject and the correct verb. Okay, hopefully you said pedestal adds, right? No S here, I need an S here. Now, you might have noticed I threw in some be verbs there. Okay, so when we are talking about our be verbs, which I sometimes also call leading verbs, the verb has all sorts of weird forms. Okay, so again, our S rule still works, right? But all kinds of weird forms. So am, are, is, was, were, are, were. But again, notice only my singular ones have S's. Okay, so the rule still works. All right. We usually get these right naturally. You're not going to say like I are. That sounds weird. But look back at this chart if you have any trouble. Okay, so let's try this together. I am or are going to the store. Okay, hopefully we say I am. Okay, that's our singular one with our singular pronoun. Mark is or are walking the dog right now. I just have one Mark, no S. I'm not talking about marks. Okay, so I'm going to put my singular verb is. You was or were acting like a fool in class. All right, I got a singular you, so I'm going to choose was. Oh, wait, never mind. No, I'm not. I'm going to choose were. So you is kind of a weird one, all right, in that whether it's singular or plural, we always choose were. Sorry, I was thinking along my singular plural lines. You is the weird one, so let's look back at you. So I always say you are, all right, so it's always the same, and you were. So singular or plural, okay, it's never going to be was, it's never going to be am, it's never going to be is, okay, you is always were and are. All right, we am or are mad at that girl. I have my plural pronoun here, we, so I want to choose my plural noun are, or my plural verb are. The pencil was or were rolling off the desk. I just have one pencil, so I'm going to choose my singular verb was. Okay. Now, we'll do some more practice with this tomorrow. This is, again, is something that we do naturally. I just noticed sometimes we mess it up, especially with be verbs, so I wanted to make sure we were all clear on that.